Millions of people have no clue that this thing we're going to talk about today can totally transform your life. It's called the power of laughter. And in today's session, we have Cathy Nesbitt, and she will talk about how laughter can enable you to be a lot healthier. And she is a health and wellness advocate and founder of the Cathys Crawley Composters, Cathys Sprouters, and Cathys Laughter Club. And she's a multi-award winning visionary. She inspires individuals to adopt sustainable lifestyles through dynamic workshops and motivational speaking. And she's a certified laughter yoga teacher. And she was honored as a laughter ambassador in 2017. Now, the first question is, how did you figure out that laughter yoga is the key to millions of people's success, and how can we use laughter in order to transform our lives and to be healthier?
Welcome to Awakened Titans podcast with Lily Patrascu, mind-blowing conversations with influential business titans sharing how you can manifest abundance, love, joy, success through quantum awakening, quantum manifestation, quantum healing, quantum miracles, exponential business growth, and innovative products and services.
Hi, Lily. Yeah, so laughter changed my life, and so I took it on. It's the 22nd anniversary of my worm composting business, Cathy's Crawly Composters, selling worms by the pound for indoor composting. Not easy. I didn't know everyone didn't want worms in the house. 2012, one more person said, "Ew, worms in the house," and I questioned everything. I'd been at my mission for 10 years, Lily. And I wasn't paying attention. They say to, listen to your clients. What do they want? What do they need? Well, they need what I had, but they didn't want it. And people don't buy what they need. They buy what they want. So in 2012, when that person said, "Ew, worms in the house," I was about to doff my important mission. I'm very fast. I'm divinely guided, like we all are, if we pay attention to the little drops. And I do. And when I get an idea, I want it to come to life right away. I wanted to, just oh, this is so great. Let's do this. And it wasn't happening. So the very next day I was introduced to laughter yoga, and I don't even do regular yoga. I know it's a fine thing. I jumped to the fun yoga. So laughter yoga is not about jokes or comedy. It's laughing as an exercise. It's a cardiovascular workout, and it's changed my life. So now I'm a laughter teacher, and I help others to get out of stress and into joy.
Wow, that is so interesting. So what's the benefit of laughing, and what's the benefit of laughter yoga in particular?
Yeah, so when we're laughing, so there's many benefits, and there's research, over 50 years of research showing that laughter is the best medicine. So what it does for our body, many, many things. First of all, I think the important piece is the oxygen. We can live without food and water for a few days. We might be grumpy and uncomfortable. We can only live without oxygen for a few minutes. And our brain requires 25% more oxygen than the rest of our body as an operating principle. It's a machine. Yep, the answering machine. When we're stressed, we're not breathing properly. We're shallow breathing. Blood, lymph, oxygen leaves our frontal lobe and goes into our muscles so we can escape the situation, fight, flight, or freeze. So when we're under stress, our brain's not getting oxygen. I mean, not a little bit just to keep it going, but not enough to come up with solution. So laughter forces us, when we're laughing, we're exhaling, ha, 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 ha. In order to keep on laughing, we need to take a big inhale so we can continue laughing, say, at the joke. But this is not about jokes or comedy. So the laughter yoga, it gives us a vehicle to breathe deep, oxygenate our beautiful brain and our beautiful body, so we can come up with better solutions.
Thank you. How many people in the world do you estimate do laughter yoga, and what results have they had in terms of, wellness and health?
Great. So it started in 1995 by a medical doctor in India, Dr. Madan Kataria. His goal is world peace. And I believe it started in 1995 so we could be ready for 2020. Prior to 2020, and I will get to your question, prior to 2020, there was very few opportunities to laugh online, and then everything shut down and we all jumped online. And so there are clubs around the world. How many people? Hard to know, but there are thousands of clubs around the world. We're laughing in about 120 countries now. There are laughter clubs. In India, you can laugh every day at an outdoor park for free. And now since 2020, you can laugh online almost around the world for free. Again, you can travel around. You don't need to know the language. Say you can go to a Japanese laughter club. You don't need to know what they're saying, because once they start doing the activities and laughing, it's like Simon says, you just follow along.
Thank you. One interesting thing about laughter is that it kind of changes your state, right? So imagine you're angry, or you've gone to work and you have so much to do and you're so stressed and there's not enough oxygen coming to your brain because you're so stressed, or you had an argument with your wife, or I don't know, something bad happened where it's hard to shift that anger. I think that laughter can sort of like help you to change that state, to change that emotion. And because it changes that emotion, it helps you overall to be healthy. Am I right in saying that?
Absolutely, yes. It's the opposite of stress. And right now, in the society we're living in, the world we have right now, we're living in a perpetual state of stress. That means all the cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine, all the stress chemicals are flowing in our body all the time. And it's electrical. So it is science. It's not rocket science. It's body science. It's biology. It's chemistry. It's electricity. When we're laughing, we're raising our vibration so we can feel good. We're oxygenating our brain, our body, and we're secreting the love drugs. So when we feel good, we do good, Lily. When we're angry, we're tight. We feel like we're breathing shallow. Just doing this, I feel like, I feel tight. I feel like I need to laugh already. It changes everything. And the beautiful part about laughter yoga, because it's not jokes or comedy, we don't need our frontal lobe for laughter yoga. So it's wonderful for people with dementia. I work a lot with seniors. They don't need to understand because I'm not telling jokes. I'm just there laughing. It's like music. It reminds us. We're like, oh, I remember that sound, and we join in. Laughter's contagious in a great way, in a healthy, fun way.
One thing I've noticed is that when you have a negative emotion like sadness, anger, frustration, stress, what happens is that you kind of tend to attract similar types of situations and people to you that make the situation a lot worse. So let's say you left the house in a hurry, you spilled a bit of coffee on your shirt, and then you want to cross the road, and then there's a dog there who poops on your shoe, and then there's a car that almost hits you. I don't know, I'm exaggerating here, but it's almost like you start to notice like a chain of negative things that start to happen. And the opposite seems to be true as well. So what I've noticed is that a lot of positive things tend to happen in threes. So let's say something really great happens, and then as you're kind of celebrating that, it's like you are seeing even more exciting stuff that happen, another positive thing. So laughter is like a very good way to transmute that pain, that stress, that negative emotion into literally changing your life. Do you agree there?
Absolutely, yes. It's a biological chemistry process. So either we're in charge of our own pharma. That's the beautiful part. We're either secreting the love drugs, I don't want to call them hate drugs, or the stress chemicals. And you said negative emotion. I wouldn't label emotions positive or negative. They just are. They're just a frequency. And I think when something happens and we get angry, we stub our toe and we're like, why did it that? And then yes, if we go along that vein, then we're in that frequency, and that's what will be attracted to us. It's like a magnet. So same, we could stub our toe and go, darn, I should be, let me pay more attention. Or we can just laugh at it. What if we, instead of going, we start laughing, whoops, silly me. And here's a real life example. When we're driving, if somebody cuts us off, it's probably not targeted like, oh, there's Lily, let's get her. No, it's like I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know my lane was ending. Whoops, I cut you off. And we always know when we've cut somebody off and we're looking in the mirror. So when somebody cuts me off, I'm like, oh, time to do laughter yoga. So instead of getting mad, I launch into laughter. I'm flailing my arms as if I'm mad. I'm like, ah, ha, 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 woo, hoo, hoo. And the person's looking. It actually gives me more space because they think I'm cuckoo. So they're like, whoa, oop, I cut off the wrong person, but I'm laughing. They don't know. Right? So I arrive at my destination, right? All the love drugs, I'm fully oxygenated, and I have more space on the road.
Well, I absolutely love this example. And I want to build on that by saying that I've gone through some really traumatic events in my life, and also some situations that were quite difficult, and sometimes without money, right? And what I've noticed is that it was quite a stressful time, quite an emotional time, a time when I didn't know what I was going to do. But what I found that was quite effective was changing the state of, despite the fact of, having all these traumatic situations, to be able to laugh and smile, and also, like, celebrate certain things, and also laugh at little things. For example, let's say you go to the fridge and you find that there's no food because there's no money for food, right? You go there and then you can do your laughter yoga, right? And where you can laugh at the situation of, instead of like saying, oh, what am I going to eat today? It could be like, oh, I have the opportunity to be a lot slimmer and to look a lot better, and ha ha ha, so kind of integrate a little bit of laughter yoga and positive thinking in order to change that situation. And what you'll find is that great things will come from that, where you've changed your state, and therefore you are ready again to receive positive opportunities and positive situations. Is that something that's your experience as well?
Yes, absolutely. You talked about changing our state. That's exactly what we do. We're in charge. We're in charge of our pharma. We're in charge of our state. We get to decide how we feel at any given moment, and not to discount our emotions, not to discount the horrific things that are going on in the world. People will say to me, how can I laugh? Look at the world. There's war, there's famine, there's drought, there's floods, there's weather. There's all kinds of things. It's easy to laugh when things are going well. When everyone's feeling great, oh, it's kumbaya, everything great. Yes, we can still laugh then. The beautiful part of laughter yoga is giving us a tool so that we can laugh when times are tough. So it changes our state, it changes the chemistry in our body, it raises our frequency so we can take on that challenge. Why do we laugh when things are inappropriate? At a funeral, or we see somebody trip and fall. Maybe they're injured, but it was a funny, like they slipped on a banana peel that looked funny. And then we go, oh my gosh, we might laugh, and then go, oh. And we laugh because our body is saying it's so stressful. That is, wow, something really uncomfortable just happened. And it's like the pressure cooker. So we have all that stress in our body, and the laughter just releases us. It's a release. It's nature's way.
Tell us how it works exactly. How many minutes should laughter yoga be done for? And is it that you have to have a teacher, or is it like an online thing? Or how does it work in terms of it being the most effective possible?
It's a practice, first of all. We know that meditation is good, but we don't meditate once and then we're like, oh, check that off the list for life. Right? We don't jog once and go, okay, I'm done. This is a practice, and they say it's about 2 months of regular practice. So you're laughing every day or on a regular interval, where it takes time for it to get into your body and become part of you. And in laughter yoga, we say, once you know laughter, you do laughter, then you become laughter, and you're just high vibration. I float around in my life, and people will say, wow, you're happy today. And I go, good, I'm a laughter teacher. And that gives me a chance to pull up my card and say, come to my club. Right? It really is a practice, and it's not fake. Although the body doesn't know the difference between real and imagined laughter. So our brain is like, oh, what are you doing? You look ridiculous. Because the role of our brain is to keep us safe and conserve energy. So when we go to a family function and our sibling will say something and we get into that fight again, That's because our brain like, oh, I know what to do here. So we can override that. And when we start laughing, our body's secreting the love drug. Pew, pew, pew. And then we laugh some more. Ha, ha, ha. Pew, pew, pew. I wonder if I'm going to wear out my dispenser. Right? So we get to decide how we feel when at any time of the day. We can be in that, woe is me. How am I going to get out of this? We can't think our way out of things. We need to feel our way out of things.
That's so interesting. So what's the best way to use it in terms of, is it something that you just learn and then you kind of remember how to do it correctly in order for it to work?
Attending a club is the best way. Even as a trained professional, I'm a laughter professional. It's a challenge to laugh on my own. Like it's possible, right? Like you can do your sit-ups, you could laugh. It's really a lot more fun with somebody. I actually have a laughter buddy. So every morning she calls me. I don't say hello. I just start laughing. 2 minutes full on belly laughs, 1 minute of deep diaphragmatic breathing, 2 additional minutes of laughter. So it's a 5-minute practice every morning. We've been doing that since December 2021. So we're coming on 3 years of doing this. I would say attending a club is a great way. Lily, that's a great question because people will say, I ask everybody, have you heard of the expression, laughter's the best medicine? And everybody has heard that. I haven't met one person that has said, oh no, what does that mean? Everybody knows it. So they go, oh yeah, I know laughter's the best medicine. Okay, good. Are you laughing? Because it's not laughing at a comedy or going to a comedy club, because if you're laughing full on, if you're doing your laughter yoga, ha, 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 you don't care about the joke because it's not about that. You just want to get your giggle on. You're going to get kicked out of the club. Although they want people to laugh, they don't want you to laugh so loud and so long that you can't hear the next joke. And laughter as an adult, even children now, since 2020, I think even children laugh way less than they used to. Laughter as an adult is conditional. So I mentioned 50 years of research showing that laughter is the best medicine. There are tremendous health benefits. If that's true, why is it so challenging for us to achieve sustainable, reliable, abundant laughter for our health? It's the critical mind. Laughter if we hear a joke, it goes through a filter very quickly. Like, have I heard this joke before? Ooh, it's a dirty joke. I don't like that kind of humor. That's not funny. I heard it before. I'm not going to laugh again. Is it appropriate to laugh with the people that I'm with? What are they going to think? So all of these thoughts, before we can even laugh, the solution to that is laughter yoga, laughing for the health of it. So joining a club, it's contagious. When we see other people laughing, then we laugh. And for the people that are logical, the serious folks that are in their head, they're like, how can this work? They come to the club because they're brought by somebody. They're dragged to the laughter club. And then they're in their head. Oh, that's not funny. Oh, and you see them, they're not even smiling. Once you can crack those people, if you can get to them, they're your best advocate because they're like, wow, I was a skeptic. And then I came, I laughed, and I felt great. And that's what I say to people. If you've never gone to a laughter club, plan to go twice. Whenever we do something new, it's awkward. Ever had a new job and you go and you're like your first day, oh, I hope I'm okay. I hope the people like me. I hope I can do the job. Or you're starting a new course. Oh my gosh, I hope I'm smart enough. I hope I can understand, right? So whenever we do something new, it's new for our brain. Laughter is no different.
Thank you. Have you noticed any difference in terms of people who are fake laughing and people who are laughing for real? Because what I've noticed is that there are times in my life when I'm so in flow, when I'm having so much fun, and it's so easy to laugh. But I'm the kind of person that laughs every day. Like I laugh hundreds of times a day, and that's a natural thing. And I laugh even if I have a bad day. And in fact, even if anything like happens to me, yes, I might cry, I might get angry at something, but then let's say I go to the fridge and there's no food, or I don't know, I have to go to the supermarket, or I don't know, I always find something funny to laugh about, even if it's not funny. If someone doesn't pay, I find that funny. If someone, I don't know, if something bad happens, I still find a funny angle. But people are not like me. most people, like millions of people, are not like me, right? I could be an ambassador for like laughter yoga, and I don't even properly know, how it works, but millions of people struggle with laughing. And I find that quite shocking that, you go to the tube and people are not smiling. You go to work and people could spend an entire day not laugh about anything. And I find that shocking. So I do wonder, how do you even convert those kind of people who never smile into a laughter yoga advocate, and they can see the benefit of that?
It's a practice. It's an education. And going back in history, laughter was suppressed. Aristotle and Plato thought that laughter was frivolous. The more education you had, the less you laughed, because so that's generational. So now that has still seeped into our society today, where it's inappropriate to be just laughing. And I'll give you an example. I ride my bike around town, and I multitask. I do my laughter yoga and I'm riding my bike at the same time. And it's kind of part of my branding, because then, I usually wear my laughter shirt, come laugh with me, hee hee hee. So then they see me coming and they're like, what the heck with that lady? One day, I talk to everyone, which not many people do that either today. And I think it's a gift. There was a grandfather with his granddaughter on my ride at a bridge. And I stopped and got off my bike and I started to approach. I'm an empath, as most entrepreneurs are. So as I was approaching, I could feel that he was uncomfortable, that I was getting closer. So I stopped and I just said, have a great day. And I got back on my bike and I left. A couple of days later, I saw that same gentleman without his granddaughter. And I was standing on the bridge. He came and approached me this time. And he said, we were talking. He said, when people see people laughing by themselves, they think there's something wrong with them. Like they'll go across the street or something. And I started laughing. I said, oh, ha, ha, ha. I know. Yeah. And we continued talking. I got on my bike. I got back home. It wasn't until I walked into the living room and it hit me. Oh my gosh, he was talking about me. So how do you get to those people? It's just through education, when they come and experience it. And a good laughter teacher will say at the beginning of the club, allow yourself permission. For the new people, allow yourself permission to play full on. Because it's when they hear that, then they're like, oh, okay, I have permission to just play. We want people out of their head and not thinking, so into their body. When we're doing the laughter games, we do ask people not to talk. Please, no talking, just laughing, just playing, just doing the things. Because when we're talking, we've engaged our brain, and we don't want that in the laughter club. We want people to feel, not talking.
Thank you. Do you find a difference in terms of fake laughing and like real laughing in terms of benefits for health?
No. The body doesn't know the difference. It's like when we visualize, it's not really happening. We're just looking at it. We're just imagining that, oh, that's what I want. That's what I really want. And you're looking at it, you see it in your mind, but it hasn't happened, but it can come, but your body is acting as if it has happened, right? That's the secret of visualization. So same with laughter. We can laugh even if it's we're just putting it on, and you start like that. You start with simulated laughter, ha 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 ha, and then in a club, it slowly becomes real laughter and it's full on. But it doesn't matter. You could be fake laughing the whole time.
Thank you. I've noticed over time that in times when I was very stressed or angry with someone for a long time, I was weakening my immune system. So I wonder whether laughter yoga can have an impact in terms of elevating your immune system so that over long term you can be healthier and less prone to different diseases and illnesses and so on.
Yes, boosting your immunity. Oh, for sure. And since 2020, I've been laughing since 2012, really laughing since 2020. I took a deep dive into the expression, laughter's the best medicine. Like, what does it mean? And I've attended a ton of summits. There's a summit for every part of the body. I didn't know. And so one of my gifts, Lily, is I can attend a summit, glean the information, and then share it in common language. so people can hear the message. They get the cliff notes or the Coles notes of here's what you need to know. So in my laughter club, I incorporate tapping, EFT, emotional freedom technique, brain gym, Qigong. My goal is just for people to get out of stress and into joy. So laughter goes with everything. It's complementary medicine. Nobody's ever OD'd from laughing.
Thank you. What are the cognitive benefits of laughter? Can it improve mental clarity and focus?
Yes. Yes. The short answer is yes, because it oxygenates our brain. It helps the synapses. Again, back to stress, everything leaves our frontal lobe and we go back into our reptilian reaction brain when we're under stress. If you've ever been in a fight, an argument with somebody, rah, 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 you're shouting back and forth. At a certain point, you might think, or not think, wow, I can't even think straight. Like I'm not thinking clear. That's the truth, because your frontal lobe has disconnected. So that we can go and how the mechanics behind that is the amygdala is the stress center of the brain. It hasn't evolved since prehistoric times. So we needed it at that time. We needed to know that we were in danger. It's rare in today's lifestyle that when we get a stressor, that it's life-threatening. Like, ever lost your keys? It's probably not life-threatening. It could be, or miss the bus, or any of those little annoyances. They're a nuisance, but they're not life-threatening. Our body acts as if it is. So weakening our immune system, absolutely, because a lot of people will stress eat. You have a breakup with somebody, or they lose a job or something. They're really stressed. So they eat ice cream, or they go and eat the junk food, the comfort food. The problem with that is we have two nervous systems in our body, sympathetic and parasympathetic, stress or relaxation. We are not digesting when we're in stress. That nervous system has disconnected so that we can escape the situation, even if we don't literally need to escape.
Thank you. Can laughter yoga impact longevity?
I would say yes, unless you have an accident and whatever, but as far as health-wise, yes. And there's research showing that when folks have cancer, they're going for their cancer treatment, they're going for radiation or chemo. If they are laughing, there's studies on this. If people are laughing, say with their cancer team and with their family, they're laughing before they get their chemo or radiation, they have less side effects, they recover faster. And so longevity, absolutely, because we're oxygenating our trillions of cells. And each little cell is like a little power pack with our mitochondria. I mean, we're kind of getting into really science now, but so by laughing, we're fortifying each of our cells.
Thank you. Can laughter yoga impact cardiovascular health? And can it help lower blood pressure or bring blood pressure to a regular
Absolutely, yes. So blood pressure goes up initially because we're laughing, so we're dilating all of our blood vessels. So initially our blood pressure goes up because we're activating all that, and then as we just like regular yoga, at the end of a laughter yoga session, there's a laughter meditation where we laugh full on, ha, 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 ha. And then there's the Shavasana part where you're incorporating. So I do play some nice calming music, a couple of minutes of beautiful music, deep diaphragmatic breathing to incorporate what the energy we've just created. So it affects our heart, lowers our blood pressure. It affects every piece of our body.
Thank you.
And then connects us on a deeper level. It's energy. So it's high vibration magic energy. When we change, everything changes.
I love that. What role does laughter yoga play in pain management?
Oh, pain. Yes. We have an activity in laughter yoga. Say you have shoulder pain, just since we can see that on screen. So rubbing our hands together, because then the energy goes in our hands. And then we put our hand, there's an activity where we're laughing at our pain. So say we have a sore shoulder, stiff shoulder. We can start laughing, ha, 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 ha. And we put our hand there. Wherever we put our hands, Our hands are electromagnetic. So then the energy goes there, the focus goes there, and more blood goes to that. So if somebody has sore knees, they can put both their hands on their one knee or both knees and laughing, ha 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 ha. And the energy goes there. And I would suggest doing that several times. If you have a heartache, I hope you don't, a broken heart, boo, putting your hands on your heart. Yes, absolutely, for pain management. These are wonderful questions, Lily. Thank you.
Thank you. I remember one time I went to a church, and there was this lady that used to be a journalist, and she was very skeptical about spirituality and energy and things like that. And she was talking about how she changed her mind because she did so much research about the power of energy and spirituality. And what was interesting was that she asked us to hold our hands together and to find someone in that particular circle we had created of 10 people who was the most ill out of everyone. And we would focus on giving that person good energy. And somehow after we started the exercise, we were holding hands and we were focusing on sending positive vibes to that person. And through that exercise, what I noticed was that it felt like I was plugged into electricity. And it's almost like we were moving this energy around. And I don't know if it really worked in terms of healing that person or, making that person feel better. But what I did notice is this shift of energy. So I wonder whether laughter yoga as a group can enhance your immune system even further than if you were to do it alone. And overall, if it can make you feel a lot better health-wise, just because of the power and the energy of the combined laughter.
Yes. So laughing by yourself is fine, and you have that energy yourself. Then you add two people. So I'll use the analogy of the dark. So pitch dark, you light one candle, the dark is gone. Two candles, it's a little bit lighter, but the darkness is gone with one candle light. So the same with the laughter. It was same with the power of prayer. When we pray as a group, the more people in the group, the more powerful the prayer, the more powerful the intention. And it's energy. We can send this energy around the world. I end my club, we do the laughter meditation, then we have the beautiful Shavasana session where we listen to beautiful music, do the deep breathing. And then at the end, again, I've asked everyone to refrain from speaking, so stay in your body. And then I ask people to send this beautiful energy to anyone in the world that they feel could use it, including themselves. It's high vibration magic medicine. So through intention, we can send that energy anywhere in the world.
Wow, I love that. So laughter yoga is not just laughter yoga. It's a combination of laughter, and at the same time, there's some other meditation exercises that can contribute towards healing your body.
Yeah, so each practitioner is different. Some people are pure laughter yoga-ists. That's not me. I do very little actual laughter yoga activities in my club because I just want people to get out of stress. We're living in this perpetual state of stress. So my role, what I've taken on as my role is just to help people. So I do incorporate the tapping, the brain gym, all the things that I can learn. And I'm always learning. I mean, we can even just use like a spoon, a stainless steel spoon. It has a little magnet on it. So it's stainless steel if a magnet sticks. I have one of these on my stainless steel spoon on my headboard. And at night, I spoon my feet. So you just go like this and it corrects the polarity. So it helps me get into parasympathetic mode right before going to sleep. That's what we want. So just a simple spoon. You can take your brush and it's like acupuncture. You were talking about pain. If you've got a sore shoulder or sore knees, you just tap your body. It feels really good. It breaks up the energy blocks. You talked about pain. Pain is just an energy block. That's it. That's it. So we just need to break up that energy. And I'm saying if somebody's been in pain for several years, it didn't happen overnight. So it's not going to go away overnight, but keep working at it, keep moving that energy along, and eventually your pain will dissipate.
Wow. So let's take, for example, I used to suffer from migraines for the last 10 years. And luckily I did a session with a healing friend of mine and around releasing emotional trauma. And I have released that. But I do wonder for people that, let's say, are suffering from migraines at the moment, what can they do to leverage laughter yoga, meditation, and the other holistic strategies you have to make that pain go away and release the blocks?
Yes. So for headaches, rubbing your hands always is a great idea, like warming them up. Or if you have like I usually have hot water and I'll just hold my cup and heat up my hands. And then you can put your hands on your, either like this on, you take your hand, put it on your forehead. There's neurovascular points right here. So you see sometimes people when they're under stress, they go, oh my gosh, they're holding the neurovascular points, or like this, these are the rage points. So holding any of these points and holding them for some time, you can take the other hand and cup it on the back. Now you're on the back is your anger point and your hypothalamus. So cupping it like this, a few deep breaths, and you can't overdo it. Your body will only take what it needs. So that will bring back blood, lymph oxygen to the brain, which is what you need. Or you could hold like this. So you're holding the neurovascular on the side and then at the front. So you can just sit like this, maybe have your elbows on a table so it's comfortable, and just deep breaths, and just that's going to help bring the energy back up to your brain and relieve the tension.
Wow, I find that very interesting because I'm a massive fan of Taylor Swift. And what I find is that, for example, she's always got like 70,000 people, in a stadium. And that is crazy because I have, let's say, 300, 600 people, kind of entrepreneur events that I'm organizing. And the migraines I get just thinking about that stress of, making sure that everything is perfect just, drives me insane. So I get these kind of, headaches every time that I do an event. So it's quite useful to know these kind of like laughter yoga and other holistic strategies you have in order to master pain and make sure that you get better results with it.
Yeah, I wanted to give you a tip. If you get migraines and you have so much energy in your head, you need to discharge the energy. So something you can do if you're able is to go outside barefoot before your event and discharge that energy into the ground. Another quick thing to do is put your hands out, thumbs down, one over the other, and then bring it forward. You can cross your ankles or not. This is called the Wayne Cook posture. You breathe in and your arms kind of go up and you exhale. You do that 2 or 3 times, then you switch the other side. It helps to just connect your brain so that you're more centered, you're grounded, you're ready to do your talk.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential business titans, providing you with the insights to awaken to your full potential, so you can get paid to be yourself, find true happiness, and manifest anything you desire.